Okay, might as well just jump into it, I guess. So, exciting news for anyone who hasn't heard. I entered in Roblox's Arthro contest a couple months ago and I won back in January. My character, Jester Equinox, just released a few days ago, which is a blessing because I'm very dry on video content, and this is a perfect topic to profit on. I've been celebrating the release of Jester Equinox with you guys over on Twitter, and I let you guys have a chance to ask any questions you had for me about my character or the Arthro contest. So, this video is going to be a pretty chill one, just talking about this whole ordeal. First things first, let's talk about the Arthro contest. In case you guys never heard about it, Roblox hosted a contest that ran from early December of last year to early January of this year. The idea was for artists to design their own characters to be made into an Arthro character. The contest was hosted on Twitter, where contestants replied to a tweet from Roblox with an image of their design. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm recording, you can't be making noise. You looking for catnip, Rthro? The top 100 tweets with the most likes would be reviewed by Roblox, and out of those 100, 10 winners would be chosen and be given $500 each. My entry received a pretty hefty amount of likes. I would like to say that I earned them, but I kinda got carried by some YouTuber friends, my boyfriend included. So why did I enter? I've never been in a contest before, but I wanted to have a go at this contest because it seemed like I was meant to. I've always loved art and creating characters, and I know, literally all artists will tell you the same thing. I've been drawing my whole life. I've been drawing since I could pick up a pencil. It's cliche at this point, but most of the time it's the truth. I've been creating characters since maybe 3rd grade, and I thought this was the perfect first contest for me. I feel like I'm out of breath. But with all that good stuff comes the complications that all artists will face. At least once in their life. Art block. When I first heard about the contest, I had the idea to recreate a design from one of my characters into something mega cool. His name is Wrath, and he represents a deadly sin. But, unfortunately, the idea I had in mind for him was very similar to an existing design, and I don't think Roblox would appreciate a deadly sin character. So, that got scrapped.
Hi, what you doing, little kitty? Hello, what are you looking at? Your cute little eyes. Let me pet you. Oh, hi, thank you.
I had no backup plans. I was writing on that design for a while, so when that got thrown out the door, I was lost and very frustrated. I spent endless nights laying down and trying to think of a character design, but got nothing. I remember being so frustrated that I cried because I thought I just wasn't good enough or that I wasn't meant for this contest. I was sad. One night, I randomly got this idea for a character. She didn't have a name, but she did have a little story. She was a seer, a fortune teller, who was unsatisfied with how she could see how her life laid out before her. She was upset that everything was becoming so predictable. She distanced herself from society and became a lonely vagabond, and spent her life like an exile would, hoping that this would get rid of any people that played a part in shaping her future.
No, you have a scratching post. No, you have a scratching post. Psst. Hey.
I loved the idea of her. She was going to be purple, my favorite color, with 3 eyes, and wear rags like she lived in the desert. But nothing more than that. I got stuck in creating her attire. She was very simple in terms of design. Not only that, but her rags were in the shape of a dress, which wouldn't work out when 3D modeled. I didn't like that, so I scrapped her. And then came Jester Equinox. To be honest, I don't know where exactly the inspiration from her came from. It's like she just came up out of nowhere, kinda like a fart, a $500 fart. Jester characters like Harley Quinn, Jevil, and Knights were characters I always loved. I also liked astrology while growing up. Was this literally only because of Homestuck's influence? Absolutely. And I liked contrasting themes, much like a sun and moon. I think she came to mind subconsciously for these reasons. I guess she's just a mixture of a bunch of things that I love. And trust me, I really wanted to make her androgynous, much like Knights. But I've always had an easy time making feminine characters, and I tend to have fun drawing a female body. So I went with the safe route, what I know, and that's female characters. Thanks to you guys over on Twitter, I was able to give Jester Equinox an actual name a few months ago. Her name is Jadora, which is French, so I imagine she was born and raised in France and is in her early 20s. Jesters typically were one of 2 things, either court jesters or street entertainment jesters. In modern times, jesters can be compared to clowns or even musical artists. I feel as if it's not too far-fetched for Jadora to take up her jester role during events like carnivals or town festivals.
Don't look at me like that. up.
As for her love life, she's not single, unfortunately, because alongside her in France is her girlfriend, Emily. Jadora is LGBT. I've gotten a few messages from you guys saying how much you appreciate this decision, and I'm glad I was able to create that sort of representation for you. Jadora and Emily contrast in their personality types. Jadora is bright, bubbly, spunky, and a bit of a trickster. Emily is refined, quiet, graceful, and she keeps to herself mostly. Jadora met Emily at a carnival that she was performing at. Emily was surprised to find herself entertained by such a silly act. She loved it, and she loved Jadora. Emily's decision to become a mime was inspired by Jadora, and she designed her outfit around sunsets, much like Jadora's outfit is designed around an equinox. I like to think that, well, like me, Jadora has a love for astrology, and created her attire to suit that. I want to draw more of Jadora and her girlfriend eventually, so expect more of them. When I got the idea for this character, I set my sights on her, because of how fun I thought she'd end up looking, and that's what Roblox is all about. Now that Jadora is finally out, let's talk about the aftermath of the contest. When you purchase the Jester Equinox package, I do not get any Robux. However, when I won, I did get a $500 prize. I haven't spent this money yet. I like to save my money. I'm not low on cash or anything, I'm not broke, I just think it's a good habit to get into saving your money. I've always done that since I was a kid, and I was getting money from birthdays and Christmas. Roblox let me choose the name and description for the character. Everything else was in their field. Did I know they were gonna make the changes they made? No. Am I mad about them? Absolutely not. What I submitted to the contest was concept art. Concept art never always looks like the final design. I believe they changed the gray parts on Jadora just to make her more colorful and detailed, and I'm not mad about it. In fact, I like her even more now. The gray was kind of dull. What Roblox did with her created a lot more contrast, and it made her much more visually interesting. I was so happy to see how she came out because she's almost exactly like I wanted her to be. They modeled her cheeks perfectly, her face looks spot on, and her silhouette is amazing. She looks so adorable when she walks. Serious kudos to Roblox for making her perfect. You guys are insanely talented. I'd like to thank everyone on Twitter and Instagram for being there with me throughout the whole Arthro contest process. At first, it was scary because we all know Roblox was late to their own deadline and everyone on Twitter was frantic to get answers, but I think it's safe to say that besides that hiccup in January, we're all pretty satisfied now, and the contest went great. What happened here? My headphones are like, what is happening? I'd also like to thank my boyfriend Jake for being so super supportive throughout the contest and giving me reassurance whenever I doubted myself. He's seriously such a great help for me mentally. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're not upset that this video wasn't full of jokes or anything. I just kinda wanted to talk about the contest and my character. That's all I have to say for now. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram for updates on everything. Peace.